Making a great song, it's more than just a catchy tune. It's really a battle, right? It's this fight between perfect, locked-in order and just total sonic chaos. And today, we're going to meet the heroes who are right there on the front lines of that fight.
I mean, you know that feeling, right? You put on a track and something is just wrong. The rhythm feels clumsy, maybe the sounds are all muddy, and it just doesn't hit you the way it's supposed to. It's just a mess. Well, guess what? That's not an accident. It's a musical crime.
And every crime needs a villain. So let's meet the forces of chaos, the masterminds who are literally dedicated to ruining the groove.
Okay, so this guy right here, this is their leader, the Maestro of Mayhem. Think of him as this theatrical, totally over-the-top conductor of chaos. His whole goal is to turn every single song into an unlistenable mess. He's the one pulling the strings from the shadows, orchestrating every single bad beat.
And of course, he's not working alone. His top lieutenants are dissonance, the guy who personifies those clashing, off-key notes that just make you cringe. And then there's white noise, this kind of ghostly figure who represents all that static, distortion, and just all the digital gunk that can muddy up a track.
So what's so cool about this is how it breaks down the entire rogues gallery. I mean, these aren't just generic bad guys, right? Each one represents a very specific problem that a music producer has to solve. You've got the offbeat bandit, who's always messing with your timing, the distortion demon who loves to crank the gain way too high, and then the monotone menace, who just sucks all the life and emotion right out of a performance. They're basically tangible enemies for what is really an abstract fight.
But hey, where there are villains, you can bet there are heroes. So let's meet the team dedicated to putting these bad beats right back in their place.
All right, leading the charge is Maintain. He's the producer, the sampler, basically the brains of the whole operation. His hearing is so super sensitive that he can instantly diagnose what's wrong with a track. He's the one who can actually hear the offbeat bandit dragging a snare drum just a few milliseconds late. Incredible.
Now, every team needs its muscle, and for the wave force, that's bass. He represents those deep, low-end frequencies. The foundation that you often feel more than you actually hear. He's the one who brings the power, the depth, and that emotional weight that makes the track feel so solid and strong.
And then, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you've got hi-hat. He's the speedster, this little erratic bolt of energy. He's all about the high frequencies, adding that bright, shimmering texture that really drives the pace and gives a track its sparkle and excitement. I mean, just look at him. His design is perfect. It's all chaotic energy.
And of course, you just can't have a beat without its backbone. So you've got kick, the reliable foundation, that steady, powerful pulse that makes you nod your head. And then there's snare, the sassy enforcer. She's that sharp, cracking sound on the 2 and the 4 that gives a rhythm its attitude and all that forward momentum.
And this just illustrates their whole purpose perfectly. They aren't just individual sounds acting alone. They are a team. Together they form Maintain and the Wave Force, the guardians of the groove.
Okay, so we've met the heroes and we've met the villains. But what about the how? I mean, how do these personified sounds actually fight back against all that chaos? Well, let's take a look at what their battlefield looks like.
So their battles are really all about transformation. If you look on the left, you see the villain's lair, a chaotic, muddy, totally distorted mess of sound. And then on the right, you see the Wave Force's arena, clean, organized, powerful, and just full of energy. Their fight literally turns one into the other.
Okay, so here's the crucial point. Every single one of these fights is a metaphor for the real-world process of making music. Their battlefield? It's what producers call mixing. It's the art of blending every instrument together inside a digital audio workstation, a DAW, to create a balanced, powerful song. And this right here breaks down exactly what that battle looks like. So on a typical mission, first Maintain isolates the problem. Then Kick stomps in and recalibrates the tempo, locking everything to the grid. After that, Bass drops in with a powerful groove. Snare cracks her whip to sharpen that backbeat. And finally, hi-hat zips in to sprinkle that high-end energy right over the top. You see? These aren't just cool superhero moves. They are the literal steps to building a great drum beat.
Okay, so what's the big takeaway from all this? Why does framing this as a superhero story actually matter for how we listen to and, understand music?
Well, it's because a song is never just one thing. It is a total team effort. Just like the wave force, every single sound in a track has a specific role to play. The bass has a job, the kick has a job, the vocals have a job, and they all have to work together perfectly to create one cohesive, powerful piece of music.
So what's the one thing that unites all of them? A steady tempo. It doesn't matter if it's 100 beats per minute or 140, that consistent pulse is the common ground. It's like the universal law that allows every different element to lock in and groove together as one.
And that, of course, brings us to Maintain's catchphrase, which honestly says it all. Wave force, let's ride the rhythm. See, their mission isn't just about fighting bad music, it's about finding that unified groove and creating something amazing together.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Next time you put on your absolute favorite track, listen a little closer. Really try to hear the team at work. Who's the hero of that particular song? Is it the deep, powerful bass? Maybe the sharp, sassy snare? Or is it the steady, reliable kick? I promise you, once you start listening for the heroes, you'll never hear music the same way again.